Welcome to Addicted to Watches. In our last video, we looked at the Grand Seiko SBGR 311, which is a watch that displays the time with a date complication. Today, we'll be looking at a watch that does all that and more for just a fraction of the price. This is the Casio A158W. While clearly, the Grand Seiko is in a different league, this simple digital watch is a good reminder that a $20 watch can do just as good a job of telling the time as one costing thousands of dollars. The first thing you might think of when you see this watch is retro. This and many others from Casio's range of digital watches go for a very retro look, while many brands such as Timex and Seiko are reissuing old designs or creating watches with that aesthetic. This Casio can actually trace its origins back to at least this 1984 catalogue. We can see a watch labelled A152, which is almost the exact spitting image of the A158W. Even the model number for this watch has changed very little. The main difference between the modern version and its original is the digital module inside, which has been updated slightly, but still features the same functionality. So, Casio are offering an authentic retro watch from the 80s, and while it has always been popular, even labelled as a bestseller on the Casio website, with recent trends of vintage and retro looks coming back into fashion again, it has gained even more popularity in recent years. But what makes this watch so popular? I think this watch has a lot of things going for it. Let's see what those are. First is the price. With many watch brands increasing prices consistently, it's refreshing to see that this Casio is still very affordable. Whilst varying between regions, the Casio USA website lists an RRP of $21.95. This means that even those with the tightest budget can still grab one of these pretty easily. They can also be found even cheaper by looking around at sites like eBay. Another reason is the size. The A158W is marketed as a unisex watch, and with a case size of just 33 by 36 mm and a height of 8.2 mm, it is suitable for wrists of all sizes, including women's wrists. Though 33 mm may sound too small, it's important to remember that square watches wear differently to round ones. As we'll see later, it fits very nicely on my 7-inch wrist, and the retro styling means the size does look appropriate. This small size also makes the watch incredibly light, weighing just 47 grams. It's very easy to forget that you're even wearing it. Finally, as mentioned, retro styles have come back into trend, and what better to wear than an authentic, virtually unchanged design straight from the 80s. Combining this with the many color options now available, including gold and black cases, with various dials and display options, there is a variation to suit all tastes. This is clearly a design that has stood the test of time, and even when styles change, the A158W will still be a good-looking watch. Taking a look at the watch a little more closely now, we can see that the case is finished in high polish all around. While you might not consider it, it should not be surprising that a watch costing $20 is not made from stainless steel. The case is made from resin and coated to look shiny like steel. Fortunately, the screw-down caseback is stainless steel, as that is the part of the watch resting on your wrist. This caseback gives the watch a water-resistant rating, which in reality is not very resistant. Light splashes is the most that this watch would reasonably survive, and I wouldn't be taking it swimming. The original band that came on this watch is stainless steel but uses folded links. I switched it out for this one from a Citizen digital watch from a similar era to the original. Both bands are completely brushed, contrasting with the polished case, and both feature a similar adjustment mechanism to ensure you get a perfect fit. This band in particular reminded me of the bracelet on the all-metal G-Shock, with its 2 rows of screws going down the length of the bracelet. Covering the display is an acrylic crystal, so any scratches will be able to be buffed out with something like Polywatch. But for a piece like this, I feel like a few scratches give it more character. You've probably already seen some of those around the case already. The digital module used by Casio in this watch is the 593 module. This is the same module that is used in another famous digital Casio, the F91W. Features you can see on the display here include 12 and 24-hour time, day of the week, and the date, which are all displayed now. The top left pusher turns on the light, but unfortunately this light does very little, even in complete darkness, so I would not be relying on it for any kind of after-dark viewing. Other, slightly more expensive models feature full display backlights, which work much more effectively. Cycling through the modes on this watch, there is an alarm function, as well as an hour chime function, and finally, a stopwatch. This stopwatch can measure to 100th of a second and uses the right side pusher to start, stop, and the light pusher to reset. Battery life for this module is an impressive 7 years. In the more than 4 years that I've owned this watch so far, I have not needed to replace the battery. Of course, using the light or stopwatch function often will drain the battery faster, but even then, you won't have to worry about changing the battery too often. Having talked about the watch long enough, let's get it on wrist and see if it really does wear as well as I've been telling you. What I like so much about this watch is the comfort when wearing it. The small size, lightweight, and infinitely adjustable strap make it very easy to wear and forget about. Being so slim, it also does not get caught on sleeves or anything else. At the end of the day, I feel that this is more than just a cheap, fun little watch that you can grab and go. It's a reminder to have fun in this hobby and not take yourself too seriously. So many watch collectors become obsessed with expensive pieces, luxury descriptors, Swiss-made labels, and so much more. This leads to becoming what so many call watch snobs, looking down on anything that doesn't have a high price tag or isn't a Rolex. The Casio A158W lets you have fun and enjoy it for what it is. A simple watch with a retro design that is not trying to look flashy or expensive. It's a watch that I always come back to and will keep coming back to. If you do feel that this particular watch is too small for you, Casio thankfully has a very expansive range of affordable digital watches, most of which carry over a very similar retro look to this one. For slightly higher prices, you can get full stainless steel cases, or if you want to spend even less, you can go with full resin case and band watches. Though not to my personal taste, you can even get this world time for around $30. Combined with their various other ranges, including G-Shock, Edifice, and Oceanus, Casio offers watches at almost all price points to suit anyone's taste. What do you think about this watch? Is it retro cool or just out of date? Do you have this or another Casio in your collection? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.